So, after months of preparation, in 3 days' time, a group of South Africans, I love the way I say that, a group of South Africans, us people sitting around this table, will be making our way to Tanzania, looking to climb Africa's highest mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro. Now, the public is welcome to join us, actually, for the send-off at the O.R International Airport. That's from 6:30 on Monday morning. We're looking forward to being there and seeing you there. And this is all in an effort to raise awareness and material support for an initiative to provide sanitary towels for young women in townships and rural communities who don't often attend classes when they have their periods. The group includes myself as part of the SABC News team of 3. That, of course, is Gillian Pillay as well. She's coming with. We've got Richard Mabaso, who is in studio with me, who felt strong enough to start a campaign like this. And also the gentleman who is convincing all of us to come, Sello Hatang, the CEO of the Nelson Mandela Foundation, and Zukie, Siyotula, who is from Tebe Investments. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to probably the most comfortable place we're going to be sitting in for a while. Absolutely. How are you all feeling? Because I am freaking out. Zukie, you and I, let's talk girl stuff. I'm freaking out, to be quite honest.
I go from excited to freaking out all on the same day, just thinking about just the basic necessities, being outside. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just so excited to be doing this.
I mean, it is exciting. So that's this. How are you feeling, Sello? Because, I mean, you got me excited to do this. You're the man who got me to do this. But, I mean, at the same time, are you nervous at all?
That's what makes me more nervous. That I convinced people like you.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you're going to handle it. And now people will be saying, you see who you attracted. So Richard, why did you bring Leanne? So
come on.
To be honest with you, there's an element of anxiety. I am anxious. The times when I think, what did I sign up for here? But because the cause is what's calling all of us, and it keeps calling you. And going to see that mountain about 3 weeks ago made me want to do it. Because then you see the challenge ahead of you. And I was saying that, you know, for me, there's this element where Madiba concludes Long Walk to Freedom with the words about how you climb this great hill or great mountain. You're at the top of this mountain and you think you've conquered it all. You look down, there's more valleys and more mountains to climb. And for as long as there are kids who can't go to school, that's a mountain you must conquer.
Yeah, indeed, and that's what we're trying to do here. But I want to get back to the first time that you climbed, Richard, because this is your baby. I mean, you're the one who you came up with the initiative, you approached the Nelson Mandela Foundation, and I can only imagine that it has exploded bigger than you ever thought it would.
Absolutely. And well, thank you very much once again for having us. But a bit of a background, I've shared this story with many people that after experiencing my niece not having a sanitary pad on day 1 of her menstruation, it's when I decided that I want to do something, because yes, there was a taboo, and I said to myself, imagine how many more young men who are coming from child-headed homesteads who are raising their fellow sisters, and you know, so I thought, let me do it as a man and then try to inspire others, but in the process educate young men and older men that it is okay to actually go to the shop and buy a sanitary pad. But coming to your question, it has really exploded. We've never ever anticipated it to be this much. But if this is of any comfort to either yourselves and the rest of the group members, Sibusiso told me from the beginning. And
this is Sibusiso Vilani, in case people don't know who you're talking about.
Yes, Sibusiso, the mountaineer.
The guy, the man, our leader.
Yes, he told me in 2012 that, you know what people don't realize is that with Mount Kilimanjaro, yes, we all want to get to Uhuru Peak, which is a summit point. But when you get to that mountain, you must internalize the climb. It must be your personal journey. So one, you set up your summit. So you must break down your summits into mini summits. So your first day must be about, okay, I want to get to the gate, I want to do the first hike, my first step of hike, and I want to get to the next camp. So the minute you start, you know, breaking it down, it becomes easier, because more than anything, people are more challenged by their mental fitness, because your mind wants to do it, but you're thinking about a lot of things. So like day 1, you're already at the top. So you're thinking, what top. I hear you earlier talking about the outfit, the fashion clothing. You
agree with me on this one.
I totally agree with you.
I mean, really, it's impossible to look nice being hiking.
The fashion is atrocious.
Look at this. I don't know what to do with these things. They don't fit behind the table. You let me down today, though, because you're wearing your gorgeous, beautiful heels, and I've got to walk around in these things.
I've been walking around in those boots for about a week and a half, and today I just said, these are my last few days in civilization. Yeah. I'm going to wear some heels just for today.
Why are you doing this? I mean, I think we're probably in the similar characters, and then this. I mean, because Sello keeps telling us that. So he keeps putting us together. Why did you decide to do this? Why? I mean, obviously it's for the cause, but there's more to it than the cause.
Yeah. I think for me, firstly, Leanne, I'm very passionate about education and women in particular, and every cause that I've been involved in has really been to support women in education. So when Sello initially approached me, and there was this whole thing about girls missing up to 50 days of school, it really touched me, because if you're missing up to 50 days a year, you're then going to be behind, and systematically you will actually not even get to matric. So I said, well, you have to be involved. But also at the same time, at a personal level, I'm really passionate about fitness. So this was a fantastic opportunity to just challenge myself to do something that's different, a complete new adventure, and this is absolutely outside of my comfort zone. My first hike was, I arrived, I had my handbag and I had lip gloss, and I quickly realized something has to change.
I mean, I think besides, yeah, exactly. What I've found is so nice is that the journey has begun, not. The journey has begun. It began a long time ago. I mean, what happens in Tanzania is just a continuation of this journey.
Yes.
I mean, Sello, has it ever been this big? This Kilimanjaro challenge, this girl-child awareness. You've done it. I mean, this is the 4th year.
Yeah, this is the 4th year.
Has it ever been this big?
No, this is the first time, and in fact, we were having a chat with Richard last year when they challenged me to climb.
Yeah.
And around November, I then made a promise to him. I said, we are going to make this the biggest climb ever. It's going to be one of the biggest Mandela Day initiatives on the calendar for the year 2015. And for me, the key thing that we're trying to do here is, by attracting people like you, people like Zukie, you're getting into a new constituency of people who are now, really 50 days. That's impossible in this country with so much resources. We can't have that, and it's that then led to us. We'll be making an announcement soon about the Discam Foundation, which is now going to give us about 1 million pads.
Wow!
So when you go to Discam, for example, every Discam, you buy your own pads as part of your grocery list. You buy another pack for a girl. So that's something that you then do. We have P&G, which produces Always.
Yes.
So Always is now going to give us a pad for every step, literally every step that you take, Leanne,
I know.
on that mountain. They will be giving, and it's going to amount to about 20,000 steps.
Wow.
So it's that we're saying, by 2020 we should reach 2 million girls.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, you've got to feel proud, Richard. You've got to feel proud of what you're doing here, because I mean, we're doing this because you made us aware of it, and that's the reality. I mean, Zukie and myself both had the same reaction, like, what are you talking about? This is impossible. And then you took me to it. You took me to that school. I spoke to the young girls, and this is the reality.
And they can't wait to have you back, by the way.
I can't wait
the kids there. No, I think for me, Leanne, it's overwhelming, yes, but you look at a bigger picture. We're doing it for Madiba. And I remember one of my interviews with the SABC with Sibusiso. They asked us about, why and the impact and everything. But I said, the one thing that we really owe it to Madiba is to actually start taking a leading role as South Africans to educate people about Mandela Day in terms of what it means. It must really go beyond the 18th of July. So for me, it was that, and also it's the fact that once I shared my idea with Silo Hatang in 2012, he said, okay, let's try it out and see it. And then I tried it. So everyone started coming, behind the initiative, and it's the Nelson Mandela Foundation, it's Banking Association South Africa, it's Lilet's, and it's the Department of Education in Mpumalanga, the MEC there, and KZN, and the IDC. So, and I think most importantly is the fact that people are now saying, okay, this is not an initiative about Richard and about the girls only, but it's also about us, their companies. They are feeling that they have the responsibility to take it and put it under their CSI initiative.
That's what's important.
Yeah, so like you mentioned the discount.
I mean, it's just you've changed us as people by letting us embark in this. And everyone's told me when we stand at the top of that mountain, if we get there, but even if we don't, we'll be coming back as changed people. So that's it.
And maybe let me just say this. I know Sibusiso doesn't like making promises, but let me just say this. Leanne, we are told, the stats are saying the oldest person to summit Kilimanjaro was 8 years old.
Oh,
yes.
I saw that.
Yes.
I actually saw it recently.
Yeah.
Pressure.
But what it means is sometimes it's not about your fitness, it's about discipline.
I know.
When you get to that mountain, you have to be disciplined, you have to drink water, you have to take one step, take a rest, a breather, another step. So, but the problem that we normally face is that people, they just get there, they're overexcited, they're over-prepared, and then they want to run up and down the mountain.
And that's the problem.
Pole
is the
we'll
do it. We'll see you all on Monday. Monday, bright and early.
6:30.
That's it. We'll be there, and you can be there too. Come to O.R Tambo if you'd like to. There's a big send-off there. Guys, thank you. Sello, Zukie, Richard, thank you so much for joining us here on the program. And you can also contribute, not just my name. There's Sello, there's Richard, there's Zukie. 42513. That's how you can contribute towards all of this. All right, let's take a quick break.